So the Catholic YouTuber Taylor Marshall is calling out Protestants for what he deems to be anti-Catholic rhetoric all over social media. Anti-Catholic rhetoric is melting away, he says. Evangelical anti-Catholicism was preserved and kept alive inside a Protestant echo chamber for centuries. They had little to no daily contact with actual Catholic teaching, to which, okay, there's some truth to that. However, ironically, at the foundation of Taylor Marshall's thought is Protestantism. He is no different than Luther in the way he perceives his relationship between himself and the magisterium. He's in the driver's seat. He judges the magisterium. He judges the Pope. He submits to the magisterium only insofar as it agrees with him. That's Luther, Diet of Worms, all over again. Which means, as a Protestant convert to Catholicism, he never left Protestantism. They claimed they worship Mary, sola scriptura, faith alone. They don't read the Bible. Early church was Protestant, a Bible only. Purgatory isn't the Bible. But in turn, people could point out all of the stereotypical arguments that Marshall uses against Catholicism as well. He says all this is being obliterated because X has them personally engaging with real Catholics and real Catholic theology. Give it another 5 years, total victory. Christ is king, church is kingdom. An anti-Catholic who very well seems to be a sedevacanist, a closeted sedevacanist. And he's trying to triumphantly, claim victory of Catholicism over Protestantism. Meanwhile, he's telling people the Pope teaches heresy. He's basically anathema. Well, he is anathema, according to Taylor Marshall, who has anathematized Pope Francis twice.
How can you say you're the vicar of Christ, the servant of God, the leader, the pastor of pastors, and say, I see the gospel in a sociological way. I am a communist, and so too is Jesus? Blasphemy, anathema.
So he's telling people Francis is anathema. Francis teaches heresy. He's, aiding the agenda of the Antichrist. But he wants to, at the same time, try to claim victory of Catholicism over Protestantism. I'm sorry. If what Marshall is saying is true, then Protestantism, they have a point, because they've been saying the same stuff. They've been saying Rome will defect from the faith and become the seat of the Antichrist. And Rome teaches heresy. And Rome, blah, 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 blah. Everything that Marshall says, they've been saying, but they've been saying it for a lot longer than Marshall. So I don't know where he's getting trying to run this victory lap here. Total victory in 5 years. If what he's saying is true, then what Protestants have been saying for centuries is basically confirmed. Because pretty much everything that he argues about Pope Francis, they've been saying about the papacy forever. The only way out, the only option out of this conundrum would be for Marshall to say that Francis isn't the Pope, and thus the papacy is somehow still intact. But, Francis is a usurper. He's an anti-Pope. But of course, he doesn't come out to his audience and tell them that that's his position. It likely is, given many, many things that he said that necessarily means he's a sedevacantist. But he won't come out and say that. And he'll hide within that ambiguity of not having come out and said it. This kind of triumphalism needs to go. I'm sorry. Protestantism is not going to be over in 5 years. You know why? Because Taylor Marshall exists. Because people like him exist. Because you have your Vignos, you have your Stricklands, and you have all these anti-Catholic Catholics in the Catholic Church who will keep Protestantism alive because they keep the ideals of Protestantism alive. That ideal being, I get to put myself in the driver's seat, I get to judge the Pope, I get to judge the magisterium, I only accept authority insofar as it agrees with me, therefore I'm the ultimate authority, not the magisterium. Welcome to Protestantism. As long as they perpetuate that narrative, they themselves single-handedly would keep Protestantism alive. If every Protestant right now stopped evangelizing other Protestants, the anti-Catholic Catholics would keep Protestantism alive by that fact alone. So this kind of triumphalism, I don't know where he is getting this from, and it's an incredibly delusional take. But I want to get your thoughts. What do y'all think? You agree with me? You disagree? Love to hear from y'all. Hey, so that was a clip from a patron-only video that I just did today. If you want to see more exclusive content for patrons only, like this and numerous other videos, go and check me out at patreon.com/Reason and Theology, or become a channel member right here on YouTube by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button. God bless. Are you seeking clarity in the midst of confusion about Eastern Orthodoxy and Catholicism? In my book, Answering Orthodoxy, I offer a biblical and historical response to the most common objections that Eastern Orthodox offer against the Catholic Church. This book is for anyone searching for the truth, whether you're Catholic, Orthodox, or simply trying to make sense of the differences between Catholics and Orthodox. Order your copy today and discover the rational, biblical, and historical basis for the Catholic Church. Visit Amazon to order your copy today.